Despite Temple of Doom's huge box office success, there was a lot of backlash to the film in terms of its tone and violence. Crusade seemed like a deliberate attempt to get back to basics, with a plot, style, and structure which turned out to be very similar to Raiders. I remember Last Crusade getting some criticism for this at the time of release, but you know what? I just don't care. This movie is just an absolute blast from start to finish. While it lacks in originality, it more than makes up for in sheer entertainment value. It's also got Indiana Jones teaming up with the original and best James Bond. It doesn't get any cooler than that. Bond was a big influence on the Indiana Jones series, and the casting of Sean Connery as Indy's dad is just so fitting in that sense, and he and Harrison Ford are just a terrific double act. It's interesting how Connery doesn't actually appear for the first 40 minutes or so of the film, and Indy is teamed up temporarily with Alison Dooley's Elsa Schneider. So for the first act or so, the film is a standard Indiana Jones adventure. Once Indy is reunited with his dad, it turns into a buddy comedy of sorts, and the film becomes not so much about Indy trying to find the Holy Grail, but to reconcile with his father. Everything you could want from an Indiana Jones movie is here, from the gorgeous locations to the terrific action and stunts. What makes Last Crusade my personal favourite is the central relationship between Indy and his dad. There was actually only an 11-year difference between Connery and Ford, but they got away with the whole father-son thing on screen. One of the funniest aspects about it is that both father and son ended up sleeping with the same woman. Can you imagine that happening in a family-friendly movie today? Speaking of the love interest, Alison Dooley was just absolutely gorgeous in this, and my favourite indie girl of the series. But apart from her beauty, her character arc is actually quite interesting, in the fact that she goes from love interest to villain to almost becoming sympathetic by the end. She's not really a villain as such. Despite the fact that she betrays Indy, she's more misguided than anything. As far as the action in this one goes, I just love the variety, and it covers land, sea, and air. And of course, the terrific tank battle, which is almost as good as the Raiders' truck chase. And like Raiders, Indy is very active and crucial to the spiritual climax of the story, where he has to overcome several booby traps to get to the Grail and save his dad. My absolute favourite scene of the whole series is where the cavern is collapsing. Indy is just hanging on, trying to reach the Grail, because he knows how much it means to his dad, but Henry tells him to let it go. He proves how much he loves his son, and how much more important he is than his lifelong obsession with the Grail. It's a fantastic moment, and the way they all ride off into the sunset would have been a great way to end the series. That turned out not to be the case.